My name is Dana Farrand. I am filling in for the super awesome Cindy Ashton. We have 3 incredible experts here with us to talk about your speaking career, how to get the most out of your marketing, how to take it to that next level. So I'm going to start with Lauren. So what would you say are the top 3 issues that you see with speaker websites?
And the first thing that I see constantly is the speaker website is not actually marketing to the decision maker. And they forget they're marketing to the corporation, the association, the not-for-profit, the HR people, who were hiring them. It's about when I speak to an audience, they do this. And when they do that, then the outcome for the person who hired me, they make this change, and then this happens in the corporation. That's what we need to see. You need to really narrow down and find out where your expertise fits and what problems you're solving for those people. So that was kind of 2 parts. The third thing I'd say would be that we make it too hard to find them on the website. Their phone number isn't there. Their email isn't there. It should be on every single page. It should be right there where you could see it. Don't make it hard for people to give you money.
Let me introduce the amazing Laura Rubinstein. How can you engage people from the stage and capture them to your social media?
Using social media can really catapult your influence and amplify your thought leadership, which is what you want to do because you want people to remember you beyond being on stage. So when you engage them from stage, you can actually have them do things on social media. Visit your pages to engage with the content that you're putting out there on that, to put valuable content out there, first of all, that they can see you've curated and you've created and put your own spin on it, endorsement on it. And then one of the really hot things right now is messenger bots. You can have them actually put a word in the pinned post, for example, that says download, and Messenger will send them, and you will actually be able to capture their email. Not number 1, engage on your social media, and number 2, get into your list, which is like a 2-for-1 type of thing. And one of the other things was what I mentioned in terms of quality content. So a combination of the quality content and the messenger bots, boom, you're starting to really get them. And the other thing you can do is go live like we are. When you're going live, you can talk about the events that are coming up, and you can give people some action to do when they meet you at the event that you're going to be at, and get them there and invite them to be on your group. It is a very competitive world out there, and you really have to start using strategies that set you apart.
What is the best social network to leverage as a speaker?
Oh my gosh. It depends on the day you're asking me. And it depends on who your market is. But I'm going to say that if you're not leveraging YouTube, you're missing a huge traffic source. Also missing a huge functionality option, because you can embed YouTube videos on your website. And of course, we want people going to your website. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. And YouTube shows up in searches, right? Higher than almost any other page on your website. And those live streams. So live streams on Facebook, live streams on YouTube, that's if you're a speaker and you want more visibility for your content, and you want to be seen, either your motivational or your expertise. You can start attracting people and then leverage the other networks to promote it.
So how can a speaker make sure her session is well attended and people buy?
Stalk them on social media ahead of time. Be posting about your event before the event. You could even run ads about that you're going to be at this event to people at the event, attending the event. That is a ninja insider tip. Let them know you're going to be there, and come up to me and let me know you saw me here. Connecting with people ahead of time, know your audience really well. Also, you could ask questions and do some crowdsourcing.
So, Lauren, coming back to you, with all the other ways to market, why is your website so important?
Your website is the house. It's where all of your marketing is being driven to. So your website absolutely has to be spectacular. Got to have an awesome place to really represent you, to represent your brand, to make sure that the people who are visiting your site know exactly what they're getting.
So why would you say it's so important to work with a web designer who's industry specific to speakers versus a web designer in general? I mean, isn't web design? Isn't it all the same? Like, why is it different?
It's really important for the person who you're working with to create any of your marketing content to understand your industry so that they can lead you. Anyone can create a pretty website, but a pretty website doesn't necessarily sell. And there are certain things that absolutely have to be on a speaker website that the average web designer doesn't necessarily know to look for. Just going to create a pretty thing from a template, not necessarily understanding all the different bits and pieces that you absolutely need.
Let's move over to our third expert, Karen Yankovich. So let's talk about how you use LinkedIn to get speaking gigs. I'm sure everybody wants to know, how do I make the money?
People are looking for speakers and you're being considered. They're probably going to throw your name in a Google search. So you are going, your website's going to come up, as is your LinkedIn profile. You have an opportunity to tell these people what you want them to know about you, because a lot of people that maybe you're competing against for that gig are not doing that. So you've got to take that opportunity on LinkedIn and tell everyone why you. It's about the connections. Are you connecting with people that can bring you into events? Are you connecting, even if you're, if you see an event this year that you want to speak at next year, start connecting with the speakers that were at that event, the people that run the event, just really providing them value. People that may not know who you are now do know who you are, and you've told them how great you are in your profile. If you put some strategy behind it, you're going to get a lot more engagement on LinkedIn.
So how do you find your social voice and use social media to communicate with your clients for authentic sales?
You know what? You have to be you. Don't try to be somebody that you're not in your social media. Don't think on LinkedIn that you have to be corporate or professional looking, or your vibe will attract your tribe. You want to be you. And if somebody doesn't like the way you come across, they'll hire somebody else, and that's okay. So as you're creating your social media presence and your personal brand online, make sure that read it out loud if you have to. If it doesn't sound like you, then edit the copy so that it does sound like you.
So how do you make your LinkedIn profile irresistible to clients and collaborators?
Tell me about you, but make it about me. Nobody really cares that you are a speaker. They care what your talk can do for their audience, what you do, and you got to establish yourself as an expert, and you got to shout for your credentials from the rooftop, but do it in a way that is client facing. As a speaker, you want to make sure you're using the word speaker and the topics you speak about in your profile over and over and over, as long as it sounds that you don't want to stuff it in there where it doesn't make sense. Because when people go to LinkedIn and go to that search bar and type in LinkedIn keynote speaker, I want my profile to come up. Everyone that teaches LinkedIn knows how to do this. So it's going to be really hard for me to come up high in the search bar. But you want to use the words, the topics that you speak in on LinkedIn. So when people go to that search bar and search for what you talk about with the word speaker in there, your profile comes up.
Thank you, everyone. This has been an absolute delight.